You got to be prepared to unlearn everything that you know. If you want a completely different life to your friends, you want a completely different life to what your family have achieved, your parents, your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, your teachers in school, you want a different life to these guys? Well, you've got to be prepared that every single thing you know could be wrong. You've got to unlearn it. And it is wrong for the life you want. Now, I'm not saying the sky is not blue. I do believe the sky is blue, but pretty much every other thing that you've been taught is absolute bullshit compared to the life you want to achieve. It's not going to get you there. If you had the knowledge, if everything you've been taught was the right knowledge, you would already have the goals you want. So if you are not where you want to be in life, you don't have the body, the mind, the career, the finances, the lifestyle, you've been taught the wrong beliefs. Now, if you are happy just earning 20, 30, 40, 50 grand a year, living in your hometown, staying there forever and leaving your family and generations stuck in the same trap, well, that's absolutely fine. This video is not for you. But for those of you guys who really want to make an impact and break the curse on your family and break how everything's changed, you have to be prepared to drop all beliefs. You're going to get hate along the way, because remember, guys, if you want 1% results, if you want to do something that's different, you're going to need different actions. Now, everybody around you is going to think that those actions are completely insane, that you're crazy. But that's good. Never run away from that if you experience that. If you experience that, that is your sign that you are on the right path. If everybody around you is thinking that you are doing the right thing and they're pushing you in the right direction, it's the wrong direction, I guarantee you. When I wanted to break my curse that's been on my family and everybody around me in my town, I was taking actions where everybody just said, Tom, that's absolutely insane. The dreams I talked about, the actions I talked about, the level of discipline, I talked about the amount of sacrifice, I talked about the places I would study, the people I would listen to. Everybody just thought, Tom, you're crazy, you're a conspiracist, that's not possible. And that's why they don't have it. You have to go in a different direction and be prepared to be that guy. And it's a lonely road, and it's not for everybody. If you want to create an amazing life for yourself and a very different life for yourself, it's going to be lonely until you grind through that period of time, until now I'm surrounded by everybody else who thinks like me and did the same thing. Like, Dubai is full of expats. I think it's like 80-something% expats. And all of these expats have got here working for themselves, not believing what everybody around them believed to get here. And now it's just a community, a network of guys doing multi-6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, 9 figures. And it's the craziest environment. And now you're surrounded by it. But it was hard. The first year, the first 2 years, grinding through were very difficult, because everything I did seemed to be the complete opposite. And that's been one of my biggest mottos to get here, guys, is look at what everybody else is doing and move in the opposite direction. Everybody around me was in the in-person side. When I transitioned out my 9 to 5, everybody said I was crazy. It's COVID, it's too dangerous. I quit my job in the middle of COVID. I knew it was all bullshit. I've always known the societal programming was bullshit. I quit my job. I started my own business as an in-person trainer. Then when I decided I was going to shift it all online, and I said to everybody around me in the gym, I was like, look, I'm going to go and I'm going to build one of the best, the biggest, the highest impact coaching businesses, not just fitness, but mindset, personal development, high performance business, everything as I evolve as a person. Everybody was like, you're crazy. Everybody said it was going to be lonely for me. Everybody said that's not the way forward. Do you know why they said that? Because they've not done it before. They don't know what it takes. That's why they're all still in the same position. I look back at where I've come from and I'm like, holy fuck, everybody is still in the same brainwashed process, going through the motions. I'm like, what have you done? Like, guys, you've got to wake up. If you are not where you want to be and you're watching this video, guys, my biggest piece of advice to you would be stop making your level of self-awareness every year or every 5 years or every 10 years and be like, fuck, I didn't do anything in my 20s. Or fuck, I'm 35, I've not done anything. Or, oh, it's the new year coming. This last year, I didn't really achieve what I wanted. Wake the fuck up, guys, come on. The guys who are doing really well, who went against the grain, they're not even aware to a weekly basis. They're not checking in with themselves every Sunday. They're checking in with themselves every fucking second. Fuck, I'm in a low frequency here. Jump down, do some press-ups. Oh, I felt that feeling of fear or doubt or procrastination in my mind. I need to change that. I need to shift it. I need to align my habits with my goals. And my habits to be aligned with my goals are going to be very different to everybody else. I need to look at money completely differently. I can't look at money as, oh, if I work for somebody and I do 40 hours a week, that means I'm going to get £2,500 a month. And that means if I put £100 away in 20 years, I'm going to have saved. Fucking bullshit, guys. Bullshit. Money is not real. Like, you've probably heard that before. And I used to be like scratching my head like, what do you mean money's not real? I really shifted myself and got uncomfortable listening to different figures in the world and very wealthy people on their perception of money. And everyone was like, money's not real. And I'm like, it was difficult, but I knew they clearly knew something I didn't know. And I knew it wasn't just like a marketing thing and them just saying it to look cool. And I trusted it and I believed it. And as I've aligned my beliefs and therefore my actions and now my results to that, I really stand by that. It's like you build yourself into the vehicle to become an absolute cash cow. Like when you become a certain guy, when you've built the physique, the mindset, the personal development, you've invested in the knowledge and the skill sets, you've read the books, the books that people don't read back in your hometown, you go out of the way to read new books, you get coaches and mentors instead of listening to a university professor who teaches you how to be depressed and not know what to do with your life. You listen to somebody who has the lifestyle, who has the business, who has the body, the mind that you want, the wife you want. You listen to the real people with real hard results. Well, guys, you align your habits with that and you are going to get the craziest level of results. It's going to be different. Like I said, you're going to get a lot of doubters, but all of those doubters will come back to you and be like, how on earth did you do that? How on earth did you do that? It's crazy. The thing with money, guys, is that once you are a certain level of person, you can't have the problems. I right now can't ever have the problems I had 4 or 5 years ago because I'm a different person. It would simply be impossible. If you stripped me of all my clothes and I was butt naked back in my hometown, Huddersfield, I'd be back here in 2 weeks paying 10 grand a month for my apartment. And I don't even see that as much money. There's guys out here paying up 150, 250K a month for their place. And I don't even think that that's crazy. I'm like, yeah, I understand how. And people are like, what do you mean? How do you even pay 10,000? Like, I'm like, that's nothing. It's nothing. Because people are associating it with their current belief systems around, oh my God, that's like 4 months salary and you're paying that for 1 month rent. That's stupid. That's stupid. Not really. Not when it's 1% of your income. It's not stupid. And your income, it's only such a small percentage of your income when you become somebody where you're so capable, so competent that it's easy. Money just multiplies. You are the vehicle to success. So don't be one of these guys. I know there's all this crypto thing going on at the minute and everyone's talking about it, but you don't need the crypto right now, guys. Like crypto is messing with a lot of guys with a small mindset, okay? Because crypto right now, all the guys who have no cash flow, they have no business, they're still a very incompetent person. Might get you a little bit butthurt, but if you're still that incompetent person stuck in your 9 to 5 and you put £200 in crypto, 3K in crypto, 5K in crypto, but you're still stuck in a 9 to 5, so what? What if it goes to 10K? What if your crypto portfolio goes to 10K, 20K? But then you're still only a person who's only capable of earning 10, 20, 30 grand a year, 50 grand a year, 100 grand a year. Who gives a fuck? Fuck all. That still doesn't mean you're going to get the life you want because you got lucky on a pump on some crypto and you made 5K or a few hundred quid. That doesn't create you that life. You've got to become a different guy. You've got to change your mindset. You've got to look at the world completely differently. And it all starts with you. And it starts with you, but not just you. It starts with alignment, it starts with your vision. It starts with understanding what your purpose is and what you want, and understanding if you want something, it's all going to derive back to you. So you need to build your body and your mind and your skill set into the vehicle that makes it happen. You're never going to fly to Mars, guys, on a rusty bike. You've got to spend some time building the fucking spaceship like Elon, investing in you. Not just spraying money away and thinking that, oh, even if you make a bit of money on crypto, it's going to give you freedom. No, cash flow. Cash flow gives you freedom. And you will never, ever earn cash flow until you build the vehicle. So even if you were gifted 100K right now, you would still be flat broke in a year's time. Flat broke. I don't want lumps of cash. Lumps of cash is pointless. You want cash flow. And cash flow just happens, guys, when you're so competent, when you're so capable, when you've built yourself up. You've invested in the coaches, the mentors, you've read the books, the daily habits, you're waking up early, you're getting more hours to work on your personal development, your professional development than everybody else. You don't look at days of the week. You don't look at hours of the day. You don't look at what other people do to socialize. Oh, you don't chill with many friends. No, I actually just communicate with my network and my thousands of clients every day. I don't need to talk and go to watch the football and drink a pint with friends. I'm extremely social, but in a business environment or training in the gym. Your mindset has to completely shift. And if you want to become the guy that does break that generation, even if your family have done well, but they're stuck, they are stuck in a place where you couldn't have that location freedom and create the life that you see people living these days, you have to break it. The only way to break it is being in the rooms where the guys who are walking it right now, because it's their mindset, it's their belief systems. And their belief systems lead to their habits and their daily processes and how they clean up their frequency and how they subtract all the bullshit from their life and how they see the world. And if you had my mindset, you would have the same life as me right now. So my only job as well is I see guys who are doing multi-millions a month, and I'm like, okay, I want to adopt parts of their mindset and understand how those guys see the world so I can start to implement those areas into my business and build me into a better person. Again, it's a lifelong process, and you can't have that short-term vision and just think that a little bit of a pump of money is going to do anything. It's all about a lifelong process and being process focused, playing the long game, playing the marathon, but sprinting the marathon, being the high performer in the marathon, showing up every day with massive amounts of intention and knowing that you are nowhere near your goal, because your goalposts are always going to move, but that doesn't mean you're unhappy with where you are. I'm a million miles ahead of where I once were. I'm actually ahead of my end goal from 4 or 5 years ago. And now I feel like I'm less than 1% into my journey, but I'm still equally as happy as if I'd have achieved that goal and it was my end goal. You have to keep pursuing. You have to keep developing. You have to keep investing in you. You can't have that scarcity mindset. You can't procrastinate. You can't have fear of poverty. You've got to really, really learn to study these guys and get inside the head and see how they see the world. If you speak to these guys, you'll be like, what? What do you mean? You'll think they're almost stupid. And that's how you know you're doing better. When people start to have a conversation with you and you're so stubborn around your new thoughts and people think you're insane and you're crazy, that's a sign that you're on the right path, guys. So chase pain, chase loneliness, and chase insanity. Chase people calling you insane. Chase people calling you that you're making a huge mistake. Because in the loser's eyes, in the 99% eyes, that's exactly what it will look like. But if you just do the normal 99%, you show up the same as everybody else, you believe the same as everybody else, you are completely mind-fucked if you believe that you're going to get a different output. You will never get a different output doing the same stuff as you're currently doing right now. It all starts with the beliefs. You have to get in the room with the guys with the beliefs. You have to learn their blueprints, their systems, their habits, and align yourself to their frequency. Because there is a version of you right now that's achieving the biggest shit just on a different frequency. And the main reason these top performers have these habits and these belief systems is it allows them to be on the higher frequency. Now, if this all sounds really crazy to you right now, that's fine, but that's just a sign that you are so programmed that way that you've got some work to do. And to keep it simple, start with the daily habits. You don't have to understand it at the complexity that I do right now, but you are better off just starting. All right. I understand it in its complexity to teach it in its simplicity. That's what it's all about. But you have to just start with the daily habits. Early wake up, hitting your macros, training hard, sacrificing more in the gym, giving it everything you got, finding new levels of intensity, reading every day, studying high performers every day, not just watching, but studying, trying to get in the rooms with them when there's courses, when there's coaching programs. It's one of the biggest things my clients find from a frequency standpoint. As soon as they enter my course, the new standard, and they get in a community, or they get in my VIP or CEO coaching, before we've even got started, their frequency's up, because now they're in an environment where there is only aligned guys in there. There is no negativity, because the easiest way to find alignment is just get in a room with only that. If you subtract all the negativity, it's easy to be no longer negative. The reason I don't get on that low frequency anymore, guys, is because I'm so self-aware and I understand everything that can bring me that low frequency. I subtract it all from my life. And that's why you got to be prepared. You might have to get a little bit lonely in order to get that subtraction to stay high frequency. Once you've compounded being a high frequency guy for an extended period of time, you'll get high frequency level results, because you'll never get high frequency results on a low frequency. Understand that, guys? But once you get the high frequency results, now you start aligning and finding other guys, other women on the same level. That's what it's all about. Deep that. If you need to watch it again, maybe on 1.2 speed, do so, and really just deep everything I've said. Study what I've just said. Don't just let it float over your eyes and over your ears and just go, oh yeah. Study what I've just said. That soul difference will completely change your life, guys. Elevate your frequency, be prepared to do what others don't, and be the guy that's insane. Be the guy that everyone around you with the life you don't want, everyone with the life you don't want should think you're wrong.